Hello, everyone. Welcome to the first episode of Nerd Sermon. This is a new show that I'm starting, and therefore, since this is the first episode, I want to give a little introduction as to what the heck I'm doing. Um, this is a way to kind of inspire people by looking at fictional characters, whether they be in heck, even video games, anime, TV shows, movies, and we're kind of looking at it in a way like if you went to church and how people would, how the priest would analyze the Bible. We're going to be analyzing these characters or the situations found in these, and we're going to draw inspiration from that. Uh, this is by no way means like I'm going to be making fun of the idea of going to church and stuff because I think a lot of people find that really helpful. So, no, I'm not making fun of any religion here. I just think this is just for those people who kind of don't have religion, who don't do anything religious in their lives, but I want to show them that you can still get inspiration by the things that you watch or the things that you do. I think movies, music, video games, even, they are all works of art. We humans know how to make wonderful things, and all I'm doing here is just pointing it out. So today we're going to be looking at Naruto, and Naruto is one of those shows that I've kind of kept up with for years now. Not sadly, but it ended about 2 years ago. Like, it reached its ending. Shoot. How do I explain this to somebody who doesn't watch anime? The way that Japanese mangas are done is that imagine Harry Potter, imagine the entire series, but instead of J.K. Rowling like releasing like a book, she instead released a chapter of a book like once every 2 or 3 weeks. Can you imagine like how many years it would take before you got the whole 7 books like done? Like just reading through all of them? Well, that's what like Naruto and many other Japanese manga, which is like a Japanese comic book, that's how a majority of them are released. They're released one chapter at a time and then they're put into like volumes, Kind of like comic books, exactly like comic books. I don't know why I didn't say that in the first place. Jeez. Anyway, so Naruto took about, I know it's been more than a decade since it's been out. And I started following it for the past 5 years, the manga, mind you. I know the anime is coming to a close, and really, we are going to look at why the heck did we waste all this time? Not waste, I'm sorry. Why did we spend all this time reading this? What was it about Naruto, the character, the main character? What was it that kept us reading? There was good fights, good action. There was some funny moments, but really, I think the reason why we all kind of got attached to Naruto and why we cheered him on throughout these years is because of one huge thing. Naruto had a goal. Alright? Now let's wind this back up. Let's go into the character. Naruto grew up alone, an orphan. But in this world that this is set in, you see people live in these villages, and in these villages they train ninjas. Ninjas are kind of like the military for these villages. And the head of the village is the Hokage, which is like the ruler of them all. Well, one day a giant nine-tailed fox, it's a demon, okay? Just bear with me. I'll simplify this. This demon giant fox attacks the village, and the only way they can stop it is by sealing its soul, its spirit, into a young infant child that's just been newly born. And unfortunately for Naruto, he's that child. So he gets this nine-tailed fox put on him, and he never knows this. So, how do I explain it? So, it's like as if somehow there was like a giant nuclear bomb that was going to destroy the world. and the military found a way to put this giant bomb inside of a baby. Okay, I know it sounds ridiculous, but like I said, just play along. This baby has a giant nuclear bomb in him, and he doesn't even know it, and he doesn't have any parents. So he grows up, and everybody's fearful. Like, nobody wants to talk to him. Nobody wants to be friends with him. In fact, they hate him. Again, think if a child had a nuclear bomb inside of him that could destroy our whole, country. We'd be like, well, why don't they just kill this kid? Oh my God! Like, ew! Keep that kid away from me. I don't want him to explode. So unfortunately, that's how Naruto grows up. He's an outcast, and it's sad. But you know what Naruto says? And from the very beginning, he says, you know what? One day I'm going to become Hokage. I'm going to be the ruler of this village. And what is his reason? So that everybody can like him. Well, I mean, he's got a goal. That's good, right? But it's kind of a selfish one, But at the time, mind you, he's 12 years old when this story begins. And it begins with him kind of being a knucklehead. He's like, oh, I'm going to be the best, I'm going to become Hokage because I'm going to be the best and everybody's going to have to like me. Believe it. Well, as the story goes on, okay, let me wind up. We forgive Naruto because he's a kid. We were all arrogant at that age, okay? And I think that's why we kept watching it despite how annoying he was. Well, there comes a turning point in the story. And I just want to let everybody know, I'm not going to spoil the ending of it, but I mean, this happens, this is an important part of the story, so spoilers beware, but I'm pretty sure everybody knows this by now. So at one point in the story, Naruto's friend and comrade, Sasuke, he ends up betraying the village because he's got his own problems. He wants to go after his brother and kill him because his brother killed his family. So he's angry, so he joins up with the big bad guy of the series who promised him that he would help him find revenge. So Naruto loses his best friend to evil, and that really changes Naruto. After that whole saga, the story skips ahead like 2 or 3 years afterwards. Naruto's now grown up. He's trained really hard, and he still wants to become Hokage, but not because he wants everybody to like him, but because he wants to save the people around him. Him losing Sasuke hurt him. It really did. And he realized that he did not want to see the same thing happen to those around him. So he got stronger. He practiced day and night. You can see this in the story. When he trains to be a better fighter, he goes weeks training over and over and over until he masters it. But you know what's changed in him? It's that his goal is no longer selfish. He's not thinking about being the best or being loved by everybody. He's doing it for other people. He wants to help them. And this is what keeps it kind of entertaining, is that Naruto continues to fight against these like big bad guys, and yet he always pulls through because of others. And I think that's exciting. I mean, no matter what, this guy refused to give up. And he refused to give up his dream, even in times where he really felt like he was going to die. He still pushed through. He said, no, I'm not going to die. I'm going to become Hokage one day, and I'm going to save my friend. And to me, that was really inspiring. This is a fictional character, mind you. No one can be this tough. You know what? I think people can be tough like Naruto. But a majority of people can't be like that. So why am I, saying we should be inspired by this fictional character that can do amazing things that we can't? Well, I tell you, we don't have to aspire to be 100% like them, but those characteristics are very inspiring. I remember going into college, I said, you know what? I've never gotten straight A's before. I'm going to get straight A's. And let me tell you, I was knocked back, man. College is tough. Believe it or not, I made it through every semester without getting a C. But I always got one B on my final report. Never straight A's, just one B. But I kept saying, I'm going to get straight A's. And I pushed myself. And in my last semester, I did it. I got straight A's. And I always thought about Naruto. I said Naruto didn't give up. Naruto kept fighting. And it's because of that fictional character I latched onto those traits. Those fictional traits. But I believed in them. And because of that, I achieved something that I always wanted to do. And like I said, it took many failures. It took me till the last semester to get straight A's. But I freaking did it. And I have Naruto to thank for that. I'm not going to spoil the ending as to whether or not Naruto does achieve his goal or not, but just the way you see him, how he fights for it. This is how we should all be. You should have a goal. I don't care how old you are, whether you're 10, 20, 60. You need to live life with a goal in mind. What is your goal? It could be short term. It could be long term. I'll tell you mine. I guess my long term goal is I just want to be a loving and inspiring person. But let me tell you, deep down in my blood, I want to be an author. I want to be a great author. I don't care if I'm a rich author. I just want to write stories that people can be inspired by and they can say, thank you for writing that story. That changed my life. In a way, I'm kind of giving back to what Naruto did for me. I was inspired by that story, and in return, I want to make stories that inspire others. Now here's the thing, you don't just have a goal. Shout it. Let everybody know what your goal is, okay? I made a Facebook page earlier this year. An author Facebook page. That's right. I told the world. I told everybody I knew. I said, I am an author. And I'm going to be a great author. And I haven't updated it in about half a year. But you know why? I still did it? Because even to this day, people come up and ask me and say, hey, how's the writing going? How are you still an author? You know, what's going on? And I say, oh, shoot. People really are counting on me to become an author, you know? And they remind me why I have this goal. And I think that's good. You need to tell people what your goal is so that they can continue to remind you what your goal is. It's hard to say, but I mean, it's crazy to say that, but it's true. In this life, things change so fast, and yet we need constant reminders about things. So definitely shout it out. Tell everybody. Tell your neighbor that, you know what? One day, I'm going to build my own car. Tell your parents that, hey, you know what? I'm going to go to Italy one day. Tell them so that way they can bring it up and they can say, hey, how's that trip to Italy going? And you could say, I haven't been saving up, but you know what? I really should save up. It will help you get back on track as to what your goal is. And like I said, it doesn't have to be an extravagant goal. It could just be something, like I said, like going to Italy or going to Japan. That was one of my goals. And that brings up my next point. Your goals can change. If I wanted to go to Japan so badly throughout college, but I decided, you know what? Money's tight right now. maybe, why do I want to go to Japan? And then I realize it's because I'm a fan of anime and video games and yada. I'm not going to Japan to appreciate their culture and stuff. I just wanted to get my hands on some, rare video games and stuff. That and I realized, you know what? That's not a real goal. That's something, more leisure like. So I changed it. I said, you know what? That's not my goal. Maybe one day, but right now I need to focus. My real goal is to become an author. And I will keep saying it, and I will keep telling people, and I'm going to fight like hell to make it come true. So now, not only have I told the people around me, but now I'm telling you, the people on the internet, people I haven't even met. So, heck, the stakes are raised way high. But hey, Naruto did the same thing. Naruto told all those villagers, all those people that were afraid of him, he told them straight to their faces, someday I'm going to become Hokage. And I encourage you to look up Naruto. At least read the Wikipedia so you can find out what happens at the end. Because it's truly inspiring, okay? I hope you all take this and you go forward. The reason why I want to do this on Sundays is because Sunday kind of represents the end of the week and also the beginning of the new week. Forget what happened this past week. Forget about the election. Forget about Halloween. Forget about all of it. Now's the time to start thinking forward, okay? And the way I want you to start this is by coming up with a goal. And if you already have a goal and you don't realize it, sit down with yourself. Say, what is my goal? And like I said, when you find it, shout it out, let everybody hear it, and let them inspire you. Okay? You don't need me to be a constant inspiration to you. The people around you will do that for you. Give them a chance. Well, everybody, that concludes today's sermon. Please join us again next week. Like I said, I plan to do this at least, every week on Sunday, just to give people some inspiration in places where they never thought it would be possible. So, again, thank you so much. If you enjoyed this video and you're watching this on YouTube, please give me a like. And hey, keep subscribe so that way when I put out the next nerd sermon, you can you can find it right there on your subscriber feed. Thank you all so much. Have a wonderful week.